Welcome to VD Education. In this video, we will be solving the architecture part of the GATE Architecture 2025 question paper with detailed explanation. This section is especially for candidates who have chosen architecture, covering the key concept and subject specific topic. We will break down each question, discuss important theories, and help you to approach them with the confidence. In part B1, that is architecture, there are total 16 questions they asked, where 50 to 56 questions will be for 1 marks and 57 to 65 questions will be for 2 marks. Question number 50. With reference to the squinch adopted in dome construction, choose the correct option related to statement P and Q. P. Squinch is the structure element used to support the base of the circular or octagonal dome that surmount a square hall. Q. Squinch is the double-layered dome comprising of inner and outer layer of the masonry. They have provided 4 options. A. Both P and Q are true. B. P is the true but Q is a false. C. P is the false but Q is the true. D. Both P and Q are the false. So correct option is the B. P is the true but Q is the false. Question number 51. In heating, ventilation and air conditioning HVAC systems, HVAC dampers are essentially dash. Options are A. Valves that regulate the airflow as per the air condition zone requirement. B. Valves that regulate the refrigerant flow as per the air condition zone requirements. C. Desiccants which are used to absorb the moisture and dehumidify the air conditioned zone. D. Metal based sheet to absorb heat and to cool the air conditioned zone. The answer is A. Question number 52. Dash increases the spreading quality of a paint and helps to achieve desired consistency. Options are A. Base, B. Vehicle, C. Paint dryer, and D. Solvent. The correct option is the solvent that increase the spreading quality of the paint. Question number 53. The graph shows the typical test result of the property of a building material. Identify the test and the variable represented on the x-axis and y-axis from the given options. Options are A. Workability test of the concrete, x-axis water cement ratio, y-axis amount of the slump. B. Cube test of the concrete, x-axis water cement ratio, y-axis 28 days compressive strength. C. Ultrasonic plus velocity test, x-axis plus velocity, y-axis compressive strength. D. Buckling test of the sand, y-axis moisture percentage, y-axis percentage increases in volume. Correct option is the D. Question number 52. A typical classical Greek temple with a Doric order column is illustrated in the figure. Identify the correct terms corresponding to the P, Q and R marked in the figure. Options they have provided and correct option is a B. In this type of question, you need to recognize the nomenclature of the building elements of the history of architecture. Before we go ahead, don't forget to check out the video description for more important links, including our featured playlist to help you with your GATE architecture preparation. Also, if you find this video helpful, please like, share and subscribe to support our channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so you will never miss an update. Question number 55. Which of the following is our example of the concrete cast pile? Options they have provided: Raymond pile, swag pile, vibro pile, simplex pile. The correct option is A and B. This question is a MSQ type question, so we need to select one or more than one options for the correct answer. Question number 56. For a given location, the sun position is 40 degree altitude angle and 130 degree north azimuth angle. The zenith angle of the sun in a degree at the given location is dash. This is a numerical type question, So let's discuss the solution. The zenith angle of the sun is the angle between the vertical zenith and the line of the side of the sun is related to the altitude angle by the simple relation. Okay, here we can see the formula. Zenith angle will be the equal to 90 degree minus altitude angle. Here the given data is altitude angle is the 40 degree and the azimuth angle is the 130 degree not needed for this calculation. Okay, so compute the zenith angle. Zenith angle will be the 90 degree minus 40 degree, so answer will be the 50 degree. This is a 1 mark type question. This is a very simple question and this is a new type question in gate architecture. Okay, question number 57. Match the item in a group 1 with their corresponding items in group 2. Options they have provided: P. Garment, Q. L-drop, R. Mortise, C. Gasket. And their items are lock, screw, bolt, hinge and plates. They have provided 4 options here for the relationship and the correct option is the A. In next slide we can see the images of their objects. Question number 58. Match the statement in a group 1 with their corresponding names of architect in a group 2. Options they have provided: P. Form follows function. Q. Less is a more. R. Architecture should speak of its time and place but yearn from the timelessness. S. There are no straight line or a sharp corners in a nature. And their architects they have provided: first one is a Miss van der Rohe, second is the Louis H. Sullivan, third is the Antoni Gaudi, fourth is Frank O'Gary and fifth is the Adolf Loos. Question number 59. Match the item in group 1 with their corresponding statement in group 2. Options they have provided: P. Suction lift, Q. Discharge lift, R. Rotary pump, S. Remaining pump. And their corresponding statement they have provided: first one is a difference between the point of the discharge and the pump, second is the filling pump casing with air to remove trapped air inside, third is the difference between the low water level and the pump, fourth is the water is carried upward around the side of the casing and pushed through the discharge pipe, fifth is the work done by the pump in raising the water. For answer they have provided 4 options and the correct option is A. In this slide we can see the items and their functions in a diagram. Question number 60. Match the following Indian temple in group 1 with their relevant description in group 2. Options they have provided: P. Kailash temple Arola, Q. Shore temple Mahabalipuram, R. Mahabodhi temple Bodh Gaya, S. Brihdeshwara temple Tanjavur. And their descriptions are: first one is a temple from the Chandela culture, second, temple from the late Gupta period entirely built in a brick, third, Pallava temple constructed of the dressed stone, fourth, Brahmanical rock cut architecture constructed by excavating out of the hillside, fifth, one of the largest Chola temple. For the answer they have provided 4 options here and the D is the correct option. If you want more detailed video on this topic, click on the video link appearing at the top right of your screen. Also, you can explore architecture overall data playlist from the description for more in-depth content. Let's discuss the solution. Kailash temple is a Brahmanical rock cut architecture constructed by excavating out of the hillside. We can see in the image. Q. Shore temple located at Mahabalipuram is Pallava temple constructed of dressed stone, as we can see in the image. Next, Mahabodhi temple located at Bodh Gaya is temple from the late Gupta period entirely built in a brick. Brihdeshwara temple located at Tanjavur, one of the largest Chola temple in India. Question number 61. Which of the following tall building are having bundle tube structure system? This is the MSQ type question, so we need to select one or more than one option for correct answer. Options they have provided are Shears Tower, B. The 42 Kolkata, C. O16 building Dubai, D. Bank of the China, Hong Kong. The correct options are A and D. Question number 62. A simply supported beam is under the uniformly distributed load UDL along the full span. The mid-span deflection is measured as 24 mm. If the length and the depth of the beam is doubled while keeping other parameters unchanged, the mid-span deflection is dash mm. Answer in integer. This is a numerical type question. So let's discuss the solution. To determine the new mid-span deflection when the length L and the depth D of the simply supported beam under the UDL are doubled, we use the deflection formula for the simply supported beam under the UDL. The formula is written here, where the delta is a mid-span deflection, W is a UDL load per unit length, L the length of the beam, E modulus of elasticity unchanged, I moment of inertia. Step 2 is the effect of doubling depth D. Since the moment of inertia formula will be B into D the power 3 upon 12 and the deflection is inversely proportional to L, the doubling the D increase the L by the factor of 2 the power 3 is equal to 8, reducing the deflection by the factor of 8. Next, the step 3, calculate the new deflection. The combined effect of the doubling L increases by 16 and the doubling D decreases by 8. So new deflection will be the old deflection into 16 by 8. So old deflection into 2. Given the old deflection is the 24 mm. So we get the new deflection as 24 into 2, that will be the 48 mm. Question number 63. A rectangular RCC beam section of 250 mm width and the 400 mm effective depth is under the factor shear force of 120 kN. The design shear strength of the concrete is 0.35 Newton per square meter. Two-legged 8 mm diameter stirrups are used for the shear reinforcement. Assuming the yield strength of the steel is 450 Newton per square meter, the design spacing center to center of the stirrup is dash mm, rounded off to the nearest integer. Let's discuss the solution. Step 1. Given data. Write down the given data from the question. Beam depth, that is B, is equal to 250 mm. Effective depth D is equal to 400 mm. Factor shear force is 120 kilonewton. That will be converted in only Newton. So 120 into 10 to the power 3 Newton. Design shear strength of the concrete, that is 0.35 Newton per square meter. Stirrups detail. Two-legged stirrup, diameter of stirrups is 8 mm. Yield stress of the steel is 450 Newton per square meter. Step 2. Compute the concrete shear resistance. The shear resistance by the concrete is taken from this formula as VC is equal to 0.35 into 250 as the width and depth 400. So resistance will be the 35,000 Newton. That will be the 35 kilonewton. Next, step 3. Compute the shear to the resisted by the stirrups. The additional shear force to be resisted by the stirrups will be the 120 minus 35. That will be the 85 kilonewton. That will be converted to 85,000 Newton. Next step is compute the spacing of the stirrups. This formula will be used for this question. So first calculate the area of the one leg stirrups. This formula will be used. So after putting the value, the area of the stirrups will be 100.48 square mm. Now we solve for the S. After putting all the equation equal to, then we will get the S value, that is 196 mm. The final answer will be 196 mm. Question number 64. A source of a light is located at the point C. Point A is 1.75 meter vertically below the point C. Point B is situated horizontally 1 meter right of the point A. If the illumination level at the point A due to the light source at the point C is 300 lux, then the illumination level at the point B is dash lux, rounded off to the nearest integer. This is a numerical type question. So let's discuss the solution. First step is the write down the given data, that is point C, light source location, point A directly below the C at vertical distance of 1.75 meter, point B 1 meter horizontally to the right of the A, illumination at the level A, that is 300 lux. Find the illumination at the B. So after the conclusion we can draw this diagram as per the question. Step 2. Define the inverse square law. This equation is used where the E is the illumination in a lux, D is the distance from the light source. Since the illumination is inversely proportional to the square of the distance, we first compute the new distance at the point B. Step 3. Calculate the distance to the point B. Using the Pythagoras theorem, the distance of the point B from the point C will be the 2.0156 meter. Then step 4. Apply the inverse square law where the illumination at the point A is given as E is equal to I upon 1.75 the power 2. Since the intensity remains the same, the illumination at the point B is, by this equation, the answer will be the 226.2 lux. Question number 65. There are 16 similar machines located readily and equally distant from the fixed sound receiver. While operating, each machine records 60 decibel sound level at the receiver. Assuming 70 decibel to be the highest sound level allowed as per the industrial sound pollution norms, the total number of the machine allowed to operate similarly without violating the norms is dash, rounded off to the nearest integer. So let's discuss the solution. First write down the given data. Each machine produces 60 decibel at the receiver. 16 machine currently operating. Maximum allowable sound level is the 70 decibel. Machines are identical and located at the equal distance from the receiver. Step 2. Formula for the combined sound level. When the multiple identical sound sources contribute to the total sound level, the combined sound level L total is given by this formula, where L total is the total sound level in a decibel, L single the sound level of one machine, that is 60 decibel, and the number of machines. Then step 3. Find the maximum N number of machines. We need to find the number of machines. This formula will work. After putting the all data, we will get number of machine, that is 10. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, share and subscribe to support our channel. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell for the more updates.